What's up guys, I'm Zach with the Florida Float Brothers. Today we're going to teach you how to carve a turkey. I'll admit it, when I first got my Onewheel, it was all about speed. I'd turn a little bit, carve a little bit, but if there was a straight stretch of pavement, I'd book it as fast as I could, which resulted in some nosedives. And I was fortunate enough not to get hurt too bad. After a few spills, I decided to focus on carving. It's cliche, but I'm not about speed anymore. I enjoy floating around, carving hard, enjoying the stoke. We now have access to a Mavic Mini and we're loving it. While learning to ride your Onewheel, carving is one of the fundamentals that make maneuvering, like turning and avoiding obstacles, easier, as well as increasing your leg strength and endurance to avoid foot fatigue. It's alternating movements that shift your weight and relieve stress over time. Carving honestly makes riding the Onewheel so much more fun and you can go longer. So let's get to it. We're going to start with foot placement. Regular or goofy, doesn't matter. We found that typically having the front foot almost at a 45-degree angle from the board and the back foot perpendicular to the board was best. The front foot angled slightly forward helps you with exiting the board in case, say, you hit a rough patch in the road or nosedive. The foot being slightly angled forward allows you to jump better safely off the front of the board instead of awkwardly falling to the side. It doesn't really matter how narrow or wide your stance is, but the back foot, when it comes to heel to toe placement, should be right in the middle so you can carve both directions evenly. To comfortably carve, we found that you'll need a little bit of speed. We're not talking blazing fast, but for starting out, around 5 to 8 miles an hour was best. Too slow means you won't have enough momentum to lean into the carves well. The more you practice, the faster you can go when carving. Heel to toe action. Think about how you move forward and backwards on the Onewheel. You lean to the front foot or you lean to the back foot. You lean toward the direction you want to move. With carving, you're leaning on your toes and your heels to turn toe side and heel side while carving. All right, let's break it down step by step. Ride forward, getting up to that 5 to 8 miles an hour speed we just talked about. We're gonna start with heel side first, but once you learn to carve, it doesn't matter which side you lean on first. Start to lean back on your heel side while bending both knees. Turn your shoulders so that they're facing the direction you're riding, forward. Put pressure or slightly push the back foot heel forward. At this point, you'll have turned slightly, so you're ready to counter the carve and move in the opposite direction. Stand up straight for a brief moment, getting the shoulders back parallel with the Onewheel. Start to lean on your toe side while bending both knees again. Turn your shoulders back so that they're almost facing them in the opposite direction you're riding. Put pressure or slightly push the back foot toes backwards. Stand up straight for a brief moment, getting the shoulders back in the parallel position with the board, and then repeat this whole process. Heels while bending knees and turning shoulders front. Stand up, toes while bending knees and turning shoulders back. Stand up, repeat. I found for me that small carves rely primarily on the back foot. Since there's a motor, if I put too much pressure on my front foot while carving small, I'll pick up too much speed and fall. If you're trying to do larger carves, you'll lean on both heels and both toes while carving. I actually found with large carves, I'll typically put more pressure on my back foot when carving heel side and my front foot while carving toe side, but this comes down to preference. So where are you supposed to look? When carving, always keep your eyes forward. You want to make sure you're looking up. Don't look down at the board. You want to look up to where you're going. If you keep your eyes down, odds are you're going to run into something, over something, or fall over. Your eyes show you what's going to happen. They tell you what to do. Other tips, always wear a brain bucket, keep your knees bent, and keep your arms out to help with balance, especially when first starting out. A common problem we came across when teaching people how to carve for the first time was trying too hard. If you're trying to turn it too hard right away before you're used to carving, you're gonna just fall off the board. So start small with little carves, don't go too fast, and you'll get it in no time. We did this tutorial on both the stock Vega tire on the XR and the stock Pint tire, and the XR, it's a lot harder because it's not a rounder tire, and so the Pint is going to carve a lot easier starting out. The rounder tire just allows for tighter carving and less effort. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask down below. Also, we're super grateful and thankful for you guys, and comment below what you're thankful for. Hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.